Welcome students, myself PS Bakshi and today we are going to discuss very important topic of collisions. That topic is included in the 10 plus 1 physics syllabus unit 4 work power energy. Now first of all, what is collision? So basically in science the collision is term is basically the interaction between two bodies and if they are colliding with each other, and then there can be a change in direction, change in magnitude and change in velocity of those colliding bodies. So that factor termed as collisions. Okay, so the collision is basically the interaction between two bodies. So that is very simple line to understand. And now what are going to be the types of collision? That is very important. If we are talking about the types, now if we are talking about the types, the first type is perfectly elastic collision. Now perfectly elastic collision. Now always remember one thing. If we are talking about collision, there are going to be two terms. One is linear momentum and the other is kinetic energy. And in perfectly elastic collision, because here is a word perfect, so which means linear momentum is conserved and kinetic energy is also conserved. Now, what is the meaning of conserved? So they are obeying conservation laws, which means the initial linear momentum before collision of two colliding bodies. Let's take any two bodies. Now these are the balls A and B. Now if they are colliding, and then first of all you can take it as their masses as m1, m2, and similarly these two bodies are having the velocities as u1 and u2, and finally they are moving with different velocities. So which means they are going to have the sum of the momentum of colliding bodies is always going to be equal to the sum of the linear momentum after the collision, which means linear momentum is always going to be conserved. Initial momentum of colliding bodies, and after collision the linear momentum is also always going to be conserved. And the same thing happened with the kinetic energy as well. The kinetic energy, the total kinetic energy before collision and after collision is always going to be same. That is going to be the meaning of conserved, because the initial and the final stages are going to be have same linear momentum and the same kinetic energy, because they both are going to be conserved. Okay, so that is a very easy thing to understand. Although this event is quite rare in the universe, but we can nearly take some examples of that. If we are taking some factors as constant, so we can take the collision of atomic particles, the collision of marble balls, or collision of billiard balls as perfectly elastic. But we have to take some other factors which are going to be neglected in that case. So the resistance of air, the friction, and some other factors are going to be, or the factor of gravity is also going to be neglected. Then we can talk about the perfectly elastic collision. In simple terms, if you want to understand it, if you are dropping a ball and it is colliding with the floor and then it coming back to the same height, if it is coming back to the same height, then that is going to be a perfectly elastic collision. Okay, so now we are talking about the second type. The second type is going to be, yes, inelastic collision. Now that is also very simple thing, in that linear momentum is also conserved, but the kinetic energy is not conserved. In which linear momentum is conserved but kinetic energy is not conserved. In that case both are conserved. Now that is the main difference between perfectly elastic and inelastic collision. Now what it means, so there is always going to be loss in kinetic energy. So that is how we can distinguish it from the first type. So in that, linear momentum is conserved. The sum of the initial momentum of colliding bodies is always equal to sum of the linear momentum of the after the collision of two bodies. But the kinetic energy is not conserved, which means there is always going to be loss in kinetic energy. So that is, you can easily take so many practical examples of that. All the collisions which are happening in our day-to-day life are inelastic collision. In simple words, if you are dropping a ball, you know that is not going to come back to the same height. It will rebound to that height, and in second collision it is rebounding to that height, which means it is always going to have loss in kinetic energy. That is why it is not gaining its original height. So that is, in practical, inelastic collisions are more familiar. Okay, so the third type is also very important. The third type is perfectly inelastic collision. Now, what is perfectly inelastic collision? The perfectly inelastic collisions are, first of all, it's going to have same thing. All the things are going to be same, which means linear momentum is conserved, but kinetic energy is not conserved. Now that is conserved, that is not conserved. Now what is the difference between that? So the main difference is that in perfectly inelastic collision, the two bodies stick together as one body after collision. Now that is the main point here. Although these terms are going to be same in both types, but after the collision, the two bodies stick together as one body and move as one body. So you can understand it by a perfect example. Now if we are having a bullet, now that is our bullet, okay, and that is a wooden block. That is, we are having a wooden block, and if that bullet is going to strike that wooden block, now that is our bullet and that is our wooden block. Now if that bullet is striking that wooden block, then after collision, now that bullet is stuck in that wooden block, and now they move as one body. They move as one body. Now that is the perfect example of perfectly inelastic collision. So initially they can have, the bullet can have a velocity of u1. Obviously u2 is going to be 0 because the block is stationary. But after collision, now that bullet can be stuck in the wooden block, and that wooden block can move with the velocity v. So that is going to be a perfect example of perfectly inelastic collision. Although these two terms are same, linear momentum is conserved, but the kinetic energy is not conserved. So the two bodies stick together as one body only. Okay, so that's the difference here. Now there is some other type of collision as well, which is known as collision at a distance. Now what it means? So I am just taking a. So that is also known as collision at a distance, and it is also known as scattering. Now scattering is also example of collision. Now what it means? So when we talk about collision, there is always going to be physical contact, but that is not true. So there is not necessary to take a physical contact between two colliding bodies. So if we are taking a perfect example, if we are talking about alpha particles, now if we are having alpha particles and if we are having a heavy nucleus, you know heavy nucleus is always going to have positive charge, and alpha particle can change its path. Then alpha particle can change its path because alpha particles are also having positive charge without colliding with the nucleus. It is also known as scattering and collision at a distance, which means so there's no physical contact between alpha particle and the nucleus of any heavy atom, but that alpha particle can change its path. So that's why it is known as scattering as well. Okay, So that is also termed as a special type of collision, which is known as collision at a distance. Hope you understood the topic of types of collisions, and we are going to calculate their expressions as well in the next video. And if you like that video, so you can like it, subscribe our channel, share it, and if you want to have future notifications, so then you have to press the bell icon to all as well. So thank you so much for watching that video. Thank you.